the teacher.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that I love doing in all of my projects is kind of picking people that are unexpected and kind of letting them play in a way that they haven't gotten to play. Because I think actors love that and it makes them excited and even more than kind of playing the same type of role. So I had wanted to work with Rita my whole life. I had been watching her on One Day at a Time and enjoying that and thinking, you know what, she's never gotten to play a villain. And when I got this script, she's the first person that I thought of and that I wanted to go out to. And so it's not often that you get your first pick.
Yeah. Why did you think Keith David would be the perfect person to kind of go to head with her as an adult?
I mean, obviously, I'm also such a huge Keith David fan, from youth and loving The Thing. And he kind of just brings, Keith David is Keith David. So he kind of brings this energy and this like reverence as well. So kind of putting him and Rita together in the same room was just gangbusters. So it just seemed like a no-brainer.
Yeah. So out of the duo, Tanner is a bit more wild and outlandish, and Ben is more cautious. When you were in high school, which character did you relate to more?
Ooh, I feel like it's probably a mixture of both. I wasn't a straight A student. I was dyslexic, so I was really good at glamoring people that I did the work. So I probably was more of a Tanner, messy. That's also why I wanted her to be messy. I was like, oh, we never get to see girls that are messy. I wasn't necessarily great at like computer hacking, but I think I probably would relate more to Tanner, being more of a, I'll figure it out. I'll figure life out as it goes.
Yes. Well, how did you get into directing? You obviously figure stuff out.
I mean, I actually grew up always thinking I wanted to be an actor. So I did, I put on plays with my brother and my cousins, and I took art classes and theater classes, and then I took a film class freshman year of college, and the year was 1999. And in class, I saw The Godfather, Taxi Driver, Citizen Kane, and in theaters that year was Fight Club, The Matrix, being John Malkovich. And so suddenly I realized, oh, all of the languages that I was learning in photography and theater and acting were all the languages that I was just needing to know to be a great director.
Yes, that's awesome. Why do you think it's so easy to believe in this movie and in real life that teachers are capable of doing like dark things like of this nature?
I think because it seems like, I think especially when you're young, teachers seem so mysterious and they're so strict. And then often when you get a peek inside their lives, or I have, where you're like, oh, they're just kind of normal people. But I think it's more fun to think of them as being devious or devilish or wanting to seek revenge on their students. So I think it's really easy to kind of explore that and dream about that.
Yes, I thought a little bit about the book and the movie Killing Mrs. Tingle back from the 90s of just like, oh, like I hate this teacher so much. And I feel like we've all had that teacher of like, I despise you because you despise me so much for no reason. We also get to play around with lunch ladies who also kind of have their own lore. Why do you think lunch ladies are also still so mysterious?
I mean, Kate said it great. I think she's a gatekeeper. And I think so many, all the adults in this movie and the kids all have their own moral compass and kind of their own rules that they live by. So I love that the lunch lady kind of is the keeper of food. And, you don't want to piss them off because, again, I worked in restaurants. So you never want to piss off the, the wait staff because, yeah, they control what you eat. And so I think that wherever you can have power in your life is kind of where you take power. So a lunch lady has power in a certain way. And so she's going to wield that power when she wants.
Yes. What was kind of your go-to high school lunch when our dietary thoughts were completely different?
I mean, I didn't really get to get hot lunch a lot. Like, I always had a bag lunch and I'm like half South Asian. So it was usually some kind of paratha and jelly. And so it was always a weird thing. But whenever I could do pizza, so I would always like have for pizza day, I'd be like, yes, I can do pizza.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Congrats on this project and hope to talk to you about future ones.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye.